Britney Spears shares heartbreaking update. We got to talk about this, but before we get into it, hello, my name is Sebastian and I spill pop culture tea videos every single day. So if you're looking for a new messy bestie, you have found me. You guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are brand new, the whole vibe feels like we're on a FaceTime call and we're just hanging out, we're keeping each other company, and it just feels very cozy, like we're just in a sleepover, okay? And we have all the snacks unlimited. And nothing is hard on our tummy. So you could just use your imagination. You could eat all the ice cream that you want. You don't even have to bring a lactator, nothing, girl, okay? Listen, I'm so grateful to end the month of November with you and so thankful to start a brand new month with you tomorrow, December, which is Miss Britney Jean Spears' birthday month. Yes, girl. December 2nd, 1981, Miss Britney Jean Spears was born to make us happy, okay? Britney posted a little update from Thanksgiving, okay, which, you know, I always think about her in special occasions. I always, you know, it's just something that I always think about. Now, I did want to say, best friend, that, you know, Britney Spears did do a couple of things, which is she is back named Britney Spears on Instagram, okay? Britney Spears was Maria XL something rather another, but now she is just Britney Spears once again. So I don't know what this means, but I'm happy that, you know, that XL Maria thing is gone because, girl, I did not know what that was about. But now it just says Britney Spears, okay? Well, Britney Spears did share a couple of things, and this is what she said.
What am I going to do now that the conservatorship's over with? Very good question. I've been in the conservatorship for 13 years. It's a really long time to be in a situation you don't want to be in. So I'm just grateful, honestly, for each day and being able to have keys to my car and being able to be independent and feel like a woman. Getting an ATM card, seeing cash for the first time, being able to buy candles. It's the little things for us women, but it makes a huge difference. And I'm grateful for that, you know. It's nice. It's really nice. I'm not here to be a victim. I lived with victims my whole life as a child. That's why I got out of my house and I worked for 20 years and worked my ass off. I'm here to be an advocate for people with real disabilities and real illnesses. I'm a very strong woman, so I can only imagine what the system has done to those people. So hopefully my little story, hopefully my story will make an impact and make some changes in the corrupt system. And the Free Britney movement, you guys rock. Honestly, my voice was muted and threatened for so long. I wasn't able to speak up or say anything, and because of you guys and the awareness of kind of knowing what was going on and delivering that news to the public for so long, you gave it awareness to all of them. Because of you, I honestly think you guys saved my life in a way. 100%. Let's move forward. God bless you all. We're gonna have a good year, good Christmas, and rock on.
Well, I first of all hope that someone invited her or she had people over or, you know, just she felt love and comfort. You know, there's a lot of hurt. There's a lot of things that Britney Spears went through in life. And, you know, there's a lot of pain. One thing that I will say is that people often forget that, you know, Britney is human. And what was done to her is something that isn't something that is easily forgotten, right? Pain, suffering, sadness, it is all, you know, it's all part of her, you know, and it's never going to go away. And there's going to be moments where she opens up to the world about certain things, and it may seem a little confusing, but with Britney's post, you got to read between the lines, girl. You got to read between the lines, girl. You got to Da Vinci code that shit, bitch, okay? You got to Dora the Explorer that. You got to take out some words, put in some words, think about, ask ChatGPT, ask Google, pray about it, go to Mount Everest, do a ritual there, down the road, down the witch's road. You gotta Freaky Friday it, okay? But there's always a message there in Britney's way of sharing it, you know? I always think about her and I always feel like there's so much potential still there. Not performing wise, but helping her feel like herself again. I don't care if she never steps on the stage again, but I always want her to remember her fucking power. And I want her to remember her legendary, because she says this a lot. I used to be famous, or, you know, I was cool at one point. No, honey, you have been that girl. You have been, still are, and will forever be Britney Jean Spears, pop queen, living legend, okay? Take that. I mean, all of these records that she broke, no one else has been able to touch. So, Britney, honey, you will always be legendary, and I want her to remember that, because I want her to have a little more pep in her step. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, because of the trauma of the horrible things that she went through, it's very difficult for Britney to have that moment of understanding of who she is, and it is sad, and it's painful to see at some points, because she doesn't, you know, in my opinion, I don't think she deserves to be feeling this way, and it does make me sad. Obviously, it makes me very, very sad that, you know, Britney feels like she isn't important, or that she hasn't accomplished things, because for so long, if you read this book, her family, what they did was they just, you know, kind of made her feel like she wasn't important, like she wasn't like she wasn't important, or she wasn't, you know, she was nothing, basically. You know, they made her feel like shit, basically, you know. And that's what your abusers want, in my opinion. They always want you to feel like you don't have the strength to get up and leave the situation, that you are worthless, that you have nothing to give, that no one's gonna want you. That's why you got to stay with them, because they're the only ones who will accept you or have you, and that's how they keep you in that bubble of abuse. But when you do find that inner strength, you get to leave that situation. And that is my biggest wish for anybody in any type of abusive relationship, is for you to remember that strength and that person that you are, or that person that you will be. Even if you haven't been that person you want to be is in you. It just needs to come out. So I just feel like Britney needs to remember that strength that she once had, and to survive that fucking conservatorship, trust me, she needed a lot of strength. So I love Britney. I hope she had a good holidays. You know, her birthday's coming up. She did say she just wanted a dinner with, I think it was Paris Jackson and someone else, I forgot. But, you know, just love her so much. And I wish that one day Britney could just kind of like, you know, reach out to me, because I see her commenting, I wish you were her friend. I wish I was her friend too. The first thing I would do if I were her friend was, of course, nobody will ever find out about it, but I would just kindly remind her that what they did to her does not define her, that unfortunately it happened to her, but it's not going to be her story in the future. It's her story. It's the pain she endured, but it's also the strength she had to survive it. So just kind of always remind her of these things, you know, being her little reminder of, you had to be strong to go through what you went through. So anywho, I love you, Britney, so much. I pray that you know that you are loved, that you are that girl, that you've always been that girl, and you will forever be that girl. We absolutely love you. And you know what? It is your birthday month next month, and it's going to be a blessed birthday. So I want you to just smile. I want you to come inside of your soul and your heart and realize that power and that strength that you have, because girl, when I tell you that you are strong, honey, you are very strong. So I love you, Britney. I'm grateful for this brand new month tomorrow to start with you all. When I say the magical words, I want you to make a wish. Beedity, boppity, boom.